Hotel family. Welcome back to Matthew Daniels TV. To my regulars, y'all see I changed it from the chosen few. And now it's Matthew Daniels TV. You guys saw the title. I know y'all been waiting on this one. Police Chief Randall Aragon goes on record about controversial book Big Game Hunting. Yes, we're about to play that entire audio, family, and I'm going to give you guys a commentary that breaks down the details of what we're talking about. Now, I wrote the book Big Game Hunting in 2020. And the book Big Game Hunting by Matthew Daniels documents the fight that my brother and I led against corruption in Texas City. And so what I've been doing as of late is I've been contacting the people that I mentioned in the book, and I've been asking them to go on the record about what I said in the book. I'm giving them an opportunity to call me a liar, a slanderer to my face. I'm giving them an opportunity to tell me to my face, take this book down. There is no truth in this book. This book is shameful. I'm giving them an opportunity to say that to my face because I'm righteous. And what I'm also doing is I'm giving the public to see if they do not call me a liar and a slanderer and say that I'm defaming their character. I'm giving the public an opportunity to see that what I wrote in the book is true. Now, once we firmly establish that what I said in the book is true, then we will move forward. I know a lot of you guys, you may not understand why I go to the links that I go. And you may not understand why I employ some of the tactics that I employ. It is because I have to, family. It is because I have to. And the simple fact that we've gotten to the point to where a sitting police chief of Lamar, sitting police chief Randall Aragon, was willing to go on the record. I didn't ambush him. I didn't sneak record this phone call. I could have recorded him without him knowing. That's legal in Texas. Let me say that. That's legal in Texas. I don't have to tell you that I'm recording our phone conversation. So I could have recorded our phone conversation and just put it out. And nothing anybody could do about it. But I wanted to do it on the up and up. So I called him and I spoke with his assistant the other day while he was in a meeting. And to his credit, I gotta say I have some respect for Aragon for this. He called me back. I was able to tell him. Why I was contacting him, and I was able to tell him why I wanted him to go on the record and what I wanted him to go on the record about. And he seemed hesitant about going on the record about the entire book and even about certain things that happened in the past then that he may not remember. But I explained to him that, okay, no need to go on the record about the entire book. Only go on the record about the events pertaining to you in the book. Only go on the record about where I mentioned your name. And so primarily, I brought up his name in regards to a meeting that he had with my brother and my father back in 2014. And so you're going to see me address that. You're going to hear me address Chief Aragon's time in Alaska, and you're going to hear me address Chief Aragon's time in New Mexico. Now, I didn't call a man to argue with him, to debate with him, to prove my point, or to tell him what's in the book Big Game Hunting. I called to allow him the chance, the opportunity to go on the record, tell his side of the story. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you guys listen to his side of the story. And I'm going to pause here and there to give you guys some necessary context. But I want you to understand something. Before we start, this is big. This is very, very big. This is huge. This is gigantic, family. And I know that because I wrote the book. I know what the book is about. And now that I have people willing to go on the record, what you're going to watch is me piece together the story that I told in Big Game Hunting using testimony other than my own. And when we get to the end of this, after individuals have gone on the record and we have confirmed that what I wrote in the book is true, then we will move forward. So without any further ado, here is Police Chief Randall Aragon going on the record about the controversial book, Big Game Hunting. Hold on just a second. I shared the wrong screen, family. Yeah, I want the audio. Here we go. All right. Let me turn this up. Let's begin.
Hello? Hey, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Doing all right? Yep. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. First, I just want to say, man, I really do appreciate you calling me back. And I just want to make it clear, I did ask you if it was okay if I record this conversation, correct? Yeah. Okay. So this is the reason why I contacted you, just so it can be some context. In 2020, I wrote and published a book called Big Game Hunting. Now, in that book, I'm primarily talking about events in the life of me, Matthew Daniels, and my brother Joshua Daniels, as it pertains to our fight against corruption in Texas City and surrounding cities. Now, I claimed in that book that while that was taking place, my brother Joshua Daniels had interactions with the Lamar Police Department, and I mentioned your name. And so I contacted you so I could get you to go on the record about what I said about you, to let you say if what I was saying was true or not, and let you say your side of the event so people can have the full story. No, we'll go quick. Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Okay, right there, you guys see that the first thing I want to point out for my intelligent people, this is really important. I want you to notice that I'm saying the same thing to this sitting chief of police that I'm saying to you guys in YouTube land, in Facebook land, in social media world, over the internet. The book is about my fight against corruption. Make no mistake about it. We were fighting against corruption. That's the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is the book is about us fighting against corruption. Okay? So note, for my intelligent people, I'm asking this sitting police chief to go on the record. I'm saying the same thing to him that I'm saying over the internet. So when I tell you guys that we were fighting corruption, just know I'm saying that to these individuals as well. And I'm giving them every opportunity to say that we weren't fighting corruption. Right? Now, every time I pause it, just so you'll understand, every time I pause it, I'm going to rewind it a little bit before I push play again, just so your mind can refocus where we were at. So in the very beginning, I want you to notice, I didn't edit that. I'm saying the same thing I say over the internet. That's important. That's important for my intelligent people. This is not an act. It's not a game. I'm not playing. My brother is, we're not playing. We're not joking. We're serious. Let's continue.
No, we'll go quick. Yeah, no problem. Okay, the first thing I want to ask, do you recall the meeting with you, my brother Joshua, and my father, Reverend Daniel? I do, but not all of what happened is, 8-10 years ago. Do you remember what led to it? I do. I remember why you wanted to meet. Why? He was stopped in our city, and there was a pat down by one of my officers. And, I knew that he was friends with his son, Pastor Daniels, and I agreed to meet with him and his dad. And I, in fact, I phone called Lieutenant Chad Wagner was in the meeting office. Okay, thank you. Now my brother claimed that in that meeting, one of the things that came up is you told him to take.
Okay, let's stop right there for just a second, family. Stop right there for just a second. So you see, like I told you guys, I want to talk to him about a meeting. Excuse me. I want to talk to him about a meeting, right? Because I'm getting him to go on the record about the book. Now, I want y'all to just rock with me. This is going to make sense. Look at this. This is what I'm referring to. Look, chapter 10. Joshua takes on the Lamarck police and Chief Aragon gets put on our list. I start off saying the city of Texas City, Texas has a sister city named Lamarck, Texas. Many of their politics and policies go hand in hand with one another. A lot of the same issues that the citizens of Texas City face, the citizens of Lamarck face as well. Joshua and I were active in both cities, but we were primarily focused on corruption in Texas City. During this time, Joshua actually lived in Lamarck. It wasn't long before the Lamarck Police Department made the mistake of trying to use their illegal tactics on the Minister of Defense for the Nation of Liberation. I remember Joshua calling me saying that Police Chief Randall, Aragon, and the LMPD were feeling left out of the revolution and they wanted some attention. So we were going to give them all the attention they wanted and more. This began to unfold shortly after our march on the TCPD. So I guess they wanted some of that revolution for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Ha, ha, ha. Now, about a month and a half before this meeting that Aragon is going on the record about, my brother and I had led a march on the Texas City Police Department for their corruption. We began at City Hall and we marched down to the police department, right? And so look, after that, my brother Joshua was walking down the street, got stopped by Lamarck police officers. They said that they wanted to get him for making too much noise, jaywalking. They changed the narrative several times, detained him illegally, searched him illegally, and then they took him to jail. But it was a righteous cop in there that let him out, took him to the hospital. He left the hospital, came back that same night, got some complaint forms, and filed complaints on him, right? Took this thing all the way to court, battling, and got everything dismissed. And so look, these are copies. This is in the book. These are copies of the complaints that my brother filed. All right? These are complaints. You may can't see this, but it says around 12 p.m. on October 1st, 2014, I was walking home, and he goes into the story. You see? So this is what led up to the meeting. Okay? I just wanted to show it to you in the book so you can see where we're going with this conversation, right? Okay. Now we're finna get back to the conversation, family. We're gonna let Aragon finish going on the record.
Okay, thank you. Now my brother claimed that in that meeting, one of the things that came up is you told him to take some videos down. What were those videos, and how did you know about them? Well, it was recorded from the patrol car. The officer that did the stop on him. No, I'm saying, no, he said that you wanted him to take some videos down off of YouTube. Those videos. I don't recall that part. Oh, okay. I know we don't have long. Okay, if you don't recall, but you're not saying that that didn't happen. It's possible that you did say that. You just don't recall at the time, right now. I don't recall saying anything about videos. Oh, but you're not saying you didn't say it. You're just saying you don't know, right? I just wanted to hear. Okay. I don't remember. Okay. Okay.
Okay, now what I'm talking about there, in 2010, when me and my brother first officially started fighting corruption within the Tech City Police Department, one of the tactics that I use is I would ride around with my video camera in my truck and I would record police officers doing mundane things, regular traffic stops, wrecks, pulling people over. I would record them doing their jobs. If I caught them doing something that they weren't supposed to do, I would, I would expose it. I would put it out there, and I would try to follow up with the police department, with the chief and everything. Just put them videos out there and just let people know what the police were doing. Because what I'm saying, and what me and my brother kept continuously said, was that the police were being heavy-handed. See, Robert Burby had enacted something called Operation Crackdown 2, and something that was centered around community policing. Now, more on that in a second, but the community policing translated to harassment and corruption on the streets. People were being harassed and abused by out of control cops, literally. And so that is one of the primary things that my brother and I were fighting against, is that his whole community his whole community policing thing, right? And so one of the ways that I combated that was by making videos of cops and making those videos exposing them. And so when my brother had the situation with the Lamarck Police Department, we did what you probably would assume we would do. We went in on the Lamar Police Department and on Aragon. We made it kind of similar to what we're doing right now, but we were just in our early stages of revolution. It wasn't that seasoned yet. We weren't really that good, but we were effective enough to where powerful people in the city watched the videos. They had enough reach and enough impact because we had legitimate complaints. If you don't have a legitimate complaint, they don't care. When you got a legitimate complaint, that's when they're scared to death. But so they were watching the videos. Now, Aragon, he's saying that he didn't mention those videos with my brother. He did. He commented on one of the videos back in the day from Alaska. He commented on one of the videos. I know 100% that Aragon knew about the videos, but like I told you guys, I'm not here to argue with him. I'm not here to debate with him. I'm not here to force the book down his throat. I just want him to go on the record. I just, whatever he want to say, I'm just letting him say it. Now I'm just coming back on the back end and I'm giving some commentary. He definitely knew about some videos, but that's the videos that my brother is talking about. All right, let's continue.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. My brother also claimed during that meeting that at one point, you mentioned Robert Burby. Robert Burby saying something in reference to my brother and I. Do you recall? You recall that? Yeah, I don't recall that either, but I do recall something after the meeting. I talked to the chief, and he was the chief, and he mentioned something about a march that he was going to have or did have in the city of Texas City. That's all I can remember. I believe it was after our meeting. Did you have him? A march that he led or a march that me and my brother led? A march that either you and your brother or just your brother was, involved with in Texas City. Okay. I do recall that. But that was after the meeting, as far as I recall. Okay, well, yeah, the march happened before y'all had the meeting, but if you're saying that Burby mentioned the meeting to you after, that's fine. I'm just trying to get this, get your side of things. After the meeting, I was talking to Chief Burby because he was a fellow chief, and we talked about it, and he said there was a march in the city that was related to you and your brother or just your brother. And I do remember talking about it. Okay, and my brother said that he said that basically he was just like going to ignore us, not engage us, even though we was leading that march. Do you recall him saying anything about ignoring us? That he ignored us? Yeah, that he was going to ignore us and like without March and whatever.
The only thing I recall from him saying is that I think he and you and your brother wanted to meet up with him, and he didn't want to. He just didn't want to.
Did he say why?
No, he didn't say.
Okay.
Hey, okay, check this out, family. That hurt. That hurt. Burby. What Aragon just said hurt Burby. Let me explain this to y'all. Now I'm asking him. All right, first, let me say this. When they had their initial meeting back in 2014, like I say, my brother called me after the meeting. I knew he was going. It was him. This was him and my daddy at this meeting. So, okay. So I know all about the meeting. My daddy was there, right? My daddy was there. So anyway, after that meeting that they had with Aragon, my brother had with Aragon, my brother told me that same day that Aragon told him about that conversation with Burby he just went on the record about. And he told my brother that Burby said that he was going to ignore us. Facts. Now, I mentioned that in the book. Now, what I'm saying in the book and what my brother said was the march happened in August, right? The meeting with Aragon happened in October, right? At that meeting, Aragon had already talked to Burby about the march. But on the record, Aragon is saying that he talked to Burby after the meeting. That's fine as well and good. I'm not trying to beat the guy over the head with that. If that's how he recall it, then that's just how he recall it. But everybody have to think about something. How did me and my brother know that Aragon and Burby had a conversation about the march? And how did my brother and I know that in that conversation that Aragon and Burby had about the march, Burby basically said that he knew about the march and he knew we were trying to meet with him and he was just going to ignore us. Right? How did we know that, family? Look, hold on, check this out. Bear with me. Look at this. Now this chapter 11. Chief Aragon tries to escape to Alaska, but we still manage to put his head on the wall. Okay. Look, I say shortly after this meeting took place, Joshua called me. Now, shortly after the meeting. The same day, not like shortly like days. I'm saying like minutes. Like after, they left. Him and my dad, he was with my daddy, whatever they went. And then he called and told me just what you would imagine he was going to do. Shortly after this meeting took place, Joshua called me and said that he needed to do a video so that he could address the public about what happened. He already made videos exposing the actual police who falsely arrested him. And these were the videos that Chief Aragon wanted him to take down. He was beginning to feel the pressure of being in the spotlight. And he quickly realized that he did not want the attention of the Nation of Liberation after all. One thing about Chief Aragon bothered Joshua, though. I don't understand why he did it, Joshua said over the phone to me. You don't understand why he did what? I don't understand any of it. Now, I'm documenting the conversation. This is a conversation that I had with my brother when this happened. I don't understand any of it. It doesn't make sense. Why did he meet with me? Why did he admit to meeting with Burby? Why did he tell me what Burby said about us? I mean, you didn't see him, little bro. I looked him in his eyes. Aragon is a coward. I could tell. But for some reason, he felt comfortable saying everything that he said. I can't put my finger on it, but something doesn't make sense. So listen, look, in 2014, this is what my brother told me. He told me that none of this made any sense how Aragon acted. He was confused why Aragon told him about his conversation with Burby. That's real talk. He was confused about that. So for my intelligent people, how did we know? Aragon just went on the record and said what I just said in the book. So, but how did I know? I just told you how I knew. My brother told me. How did my brother know? He say Aragon told him. So you got to answer that one for yourself. But the march in Burby, you ignoring us. It's over. It's over, family. This what he's referring to. Look, chapter 9, Big Game Hunting. Y'all go get that book, man. Go get the book, Big Game Hunting, man. It should be in every home in the country. Look, leading a march against the Texas City Police Department, bringing the fight to them. Now, I wrote this in 2020. This march, this article is September 3rd, 2014, talking about a march in August of 2014. So we've been talking about this fight against corruption consistently. One thing about it, me and my brother's story has not changed. We were fighting corruption. And now Chief Aragon has given us a glimpse into it. Just watch me build this, family. Watch me build this. Look, this article was ran in the Galveston County Daily newspaper on September 3rd, 2014. The title reads, Marching on Texas City PD because numbers don't lie. Right? Because numbers don't lie. My brother and I had organized the march on the Texas City Police Department because they are corrupt and we were fighting their corruption. Family, we will fight. Oh, you don't believe me? You don't believe me? It's all right. Check this out. Now, we led the march in August. We marched from City Hall down to the Texas City Police Department. We stood in front of the Texas City Police Department, waving signs, chanting, yelling for them to come outside and faces like men and women, faces like men and women, faces like humans, and stand accountable for your crimes against the community. Let's talk about this thing. No one from the police department came out to interact with us or address us. Cops passed us up driving down the street. No cop stopped at all. At all, family. And we just heard Aragon say that Burby's plan the entire time was to just ignore us. So you shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised. So now when you wonder in your head, sometimes when you look at me and you be like, why is he going so extreme? Sometimes I have to go extreme. I don't have no choice. They force my hand, family. But I'm righteous. I'm righteous. So look what I say right here. It has led to a sense of hopelessness in our community that is magnified by economic inequality. So what has led to a sense of hopelessness is the fact that these cops is corrupt and they won't even listen to you. They won't even listen to your complaints. Won't nobody even hear you out. And you have a legitimate complaint. I say we watch police abuse us, harass us, charge us with fictitious crimes, and even sit idly by while we lay dying on the floors of their jails. All the while, no one is willing to come to our aid. Enough is enough. The Nation of Liberation, founded by my brother Joshua Daniels and myself, has decided to answer the call. We have organized a series of rallies, protests, and marches aimed at key locations throughout the city in an effort to get our local city officials to take this dire situation seriously. Our first protest was August 24th, and we marched from City Hall all the way down to the TCPD station. Our goal was to speak with local law enforcement about some of their unjust and racially motivated tactics, but unfortunately, no representatives was willing to come out and speak with us, which consequently has now led to more of our community feeling as if no one cares about them or their plight. Now, Aragon has confirmed that Burby did not care about us or our plight. He didn't care. He didn't care. So hypothetically, if I drag him through the public now, should you care? But I want y'all to think about something. We weren't just talking trash about cops. We had legitimate complaints of their corruption. Legitimate complaints of their corruption that cops echo. I have cops on the record saying the same thing about cops that I'm saying about cops. Right? And so whenever you have a legitimate complaint, they don't want to listen because they know some heads will roll. Now, if you have a complaint where no heads will roll, they'll talk to you all day and we can see what we can do about it because they don't mind that. But when it's serious, when it's legit, they fight tooth and nail. They will fight you for years when you got a legitimate complaint, right? I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all who Burby pretends to be. I want to show y'all who Burby pretends to be. Right? Watch this, family. Watch this. This is going to mess you up. Now, remember, documented in 2014, the purpose of our march that Aragon just said Burby knew about. He knew we wanted to meet with him, and his plan was to ignore us. I said our goal was to speak with the local law enforcement about some of their unjust and racially motivated tactics. But unfortunately, no representatives was willing to come out and speak with us. No one came out, family. Why is that important? This is why that's important. When Burby first came to Texas City, look, this was published in the Texas City Sun on August 8, 2014. Burby came to Texas City in 2014. So when he came to Texas City, look how he was talking. Look. It starts right here. To get at the heart of the issue, Burby is working with various community leaders to set up a series of town hall meetings. He did the same thing while police chief of Holly Springs, Mississippi, and believes in the face-to-face. Now, they quoting Burby here. Listen to what Burby said in 2014. I really believe that until someone looks me in the eye and hears me say what I have to say, they won't believe what it is I'm talking about, said Burby. We are going to go into the neighborhoods and listen to the community concerns. So he wants to go into the neighborhoods and listen to the community concerns. Liar. Check this out. I just told y'all how he did this, how he went into the neighborhoods was through a program called Operation Crackdown 2, partially, that was spearheaded, right? That was spearheaded in the community by this FIT team. Now, these officers who did this community policing, who were in the neighborhoods, quote unquote, listening to the concerns of the community, were violating the constitutional rights of the citizens. They were illegally detaining people. They were illegally searching people, right? And then they were trumping up charges on people to cover up the fact that they were violating their constitutional rights, all in the guise of community policing. He's even quoted in the newspaper as saying they want to do something called stop and chat. He wants to stop and chat. Look, we're gonna come back to this screen. Look what Burby said. Look, this is 2014. The officers will know people. They will know whose brother is who and whose cousin is who. So forth, he said. We want to stop as many crimes we can before they happen. And you would be surprised how many things we walk up to when we're in the neighborhood. We stop a lot of crime that way. A key to that plan will be allowing officers to get out of their patrol cars and talk to people. Wait a minute. So Burby says a key to his plan, a crucial element to his plan, is allowing his officers to get out of their patrol cars and talk to people. But when we were actually marching on the police station to talk to them about their corruption, no one stopped to chat. No one got out of the patrol car. No one wanted to listen, because the only time they want to stop and chat was in the middle of the night when they could billy club you, mace you, tase you, shoot you, take you to jail for some trumped up charges. They only did it to harass. Oh, look, the officers will know people and they will know whose brother is who. You knew that me and my brother was brothers and you still wouldn't meet with us. Why? Because we wanted to talk about you and your officers. Fork tongue. Now, I'm not going to make this all about you. I almost got carried away. But Aragon dropped a bomb, man. Thank you, Aragon, for telling the truth. Aragon dropped a bomb, man. Huh. Let's go back to that Aragon on the record about the controversial book Big Game Hunting. But Burby, you on the clock, buddy. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Let's go.
You and your brother wanted to meet up.
I got to do all that again. I'm sorry. Y'all have to hear this. Now that I showed y'all all of that. Now, this the community policing guy that we marching on. for his community policing, no less.
Amongst that, he led. You missed. Okay, okay. All right, thank you. My brother also claimed during that meeting that at one point, you mentioned Robert Burby. Robert Burby saying something in reference to my brother and I. Do you recall? You recall that?
Yeah, I don't recall that either, but I do recall something after me. I talked to the chief. Then he was the chief, and he mentioned something about a march that he was going to have or did have in the city of Texas City. That's all I can remember. I believe it was after our meeting. You had him.
A march that he led or a march that me and my brother led?
A march that either you and your brother or just your brother was, involved with in Texas City.
Okay.
I do recall that. But that was after the meeting, as far as I recall.
Okay, well, yeah, the march happened before y'all had the meeting, but if you're saying that Burby mentioned the meeting to you after, that's fine. I'm just trying to get this, get your side of things.
After the meeting, I was talking to Chief Burby because he was a fellow chief, and we talked about it, and he said there was a march in the city that was related to you and your brother, or just your brother. And I do remember talking about it.
Okay, and my brother said that he said that basically he was just like going to ignore us, not engage us, even though we was leading that march. Do you recall him saying anything about ignoring us?
That he ignored it?
Yeah, that he was going to ignore us and like without march and whatever.
The only thing I recall from him saying is that I think he and you and your brother wanted to meet up with him, and he didn't want to. He just didn't want to.
Did he say why?
No, he didn't say.
Okay. And also, like I mentioned earlier, I know you don't have too much longer. Just to be fair, is there anything? I don't know if you've read the book or what you know of it, but is there anything that you feel like that you do know that I said was incorrect that you would like to correct me on? And if you have anything you want to say, I'm willing to listen.
Okay, now that right there, again, I'm righteous. I keep telling y'all that I'm righteous. I'm not here to debate him. I'm not here to argue him. I respect him for coming out and going on the record. Let me say that again. So this isn't a browbeat session or an argument session. Sometimes you got to know how to, have a conversation. I just wanted him to go on the record. And so I told him in the conversation that I had with him prior to the recorded conversation, I told him that I'm not just calling to, browbeat him. If there's anything that he's heard that I've said in the book or that he's seen that I put in the book or anything that he know about that I'm claiming that he wants to correct, I'll give him the opportunity to do it. Remember, I'm also opening up. I told him too. I say, if you want to get on there and call me a dirty, filthy, slanderous liar, I'll let you do it. And I'll accept that. And I would have had the conversation even if he would have said that, because I'm letting them just get it off. But if they don't get it off, I do want my intelligent people to pay attention. Now, here's the part where I'm giving them the opportunity to contest anything about the book that he's aware of. This is important. I want you to pay attention to what he contests, but more importantly, pay attention to what he does not contest, family. The book is about me and my brother fighting corruption. Okay? Now, I give him an opportunity to correct this police chief, to correct me about anything. And because I'm righteous, I'm a man, I stand up, even if you disagree. And let's see his answer. But let's hear his answer.
You know that I said was incorrect that you would like to correct me on. And if you have anything you want to say, I'm willing to listen.
I believe in there you had something that was fired from Fairbanks, and that didn't happen. I told you earlier today that I resigned because they had a new mayor that was elected in, and he wanted to choose his own chief, somebody that was from Alaska, and I was not from Alaska. The mayor that hired me lost the re-election, and that was incorrect.
Okay. Now I will admit I do know that at some point in the book, I did mention, I said the firing of Chief Aragon. And you are correct because like I say, when you told me that, I went back and I looked. That's another reason why I'm just trying to get people to go on the record, and I appreciate you coming out just to get the facts straight. So you were not fired. I stand corrected on whatever I said that in the book. You actually resigned. I saw some article that said you.
Okay, so the first thing he says is that he's aware that at some point in my book, I said that he was fired when he was the police chief in Fairbanks, Alaska. And I told him, that he was correct. I did say that, family. I did say that. But the book is still 100% valid and true. Okay? Let me show y'all this. Now the book is still 100% valid and true. But it's just that easy though, family. He said that at some point I said that he was fired. He's 100% correct. I said it. I actually still say it to this day. Now in this book, I'm telling the story about how me and my brother fought corruption in Texas City, Texas. So I'm telling the narrative. So it's sometimes I'm quoting, and then sometimes when I'm talking, I'm talking about what I was talking about at the time. Okay. But in the book, what I do, I actually post facts. So I have the articles related to his resignation in the book. So his resignation is clearly documented in the book. I'm going to show you, but I don't know how many times I said it, but this is one example that I wanted to give you guys of me saying him getting fired, so you can understand that the book is still legit. So look right here. I say Few is one of my nicknames. I then explained to him how we were in Aragon's head, and he just left a comment on one of my YouTube videos. So I'm see right above that. I say Joshua started laughing. What's up, Few? Talk to me. Now I'm describing that I had just called my brother. So Aragon was in Alaska. That whole resignation thing, and him being investigated had taken effect. And for whatever reason, he commented on one of my YouTube videos about him, right around that time. And when he commented on the video, I was like, damn. It made me start researching him to be like, what caused him to do that? Okay. And so, but I called my brother laughing. I was like, oh man, Aragon just called, telling us to take the videos down, family. He commented talking about take the videos down. But anyway, I called my brother laughing, like Aragon in the comments again talking about the videos. So now in this narrative part, I say fired. Look, I say we both had a good laugh over that, and Joshua said he was going to go and respond to him. I said that I was going to see if I can figure out why he was up in the middle of the night harassing us. My instincts told me that he had taken a major hit. You won't believe what I found, dear reader. I found several articles online talking about the firing of Fairbanks, Alaska new chief of police, Randall, Aragon. You see, firing. So he wanted to correct that, and rightfully so. He said he didn't get fired. He didn't. He resigned amid an investigation. We're going to talk about that. But look, here's the article. Look, the following is an article documenting this situation. Here is the article title. Investigation finds former moonlighting Fairbanks chief had a conflict of interest. So the investigation found that the former moonlighting Fairbanks chief, Aragon, had a conflict of interest. I put the article in here. Right? I put the article in here. And so clearly in the book, Big Game Hunting by Matthew Daniels. Y'all go get your copy. Look at that last paragraph. Aragon took over as chief of police November 24, 2014. He was placed on leave on September 23rd and resigned on October 28th amid the continued investigation. He could not be reached for comment early Friday. So I definitely said that Aragon resigned. I definitely said that. But yeah, at a couple of points, I mentioned him being fired, right? But basically what it is he has some type of security firm, okay? And this is his security firm or company or whatever. They perform the same type of service that the Fairbanks Police Department perform for free if an individual had a business within city limits. The police department would go out, or certain police officers would go out and do a survey and to help improve security of the business. Now the police department did this for free, and what they accused him of, and they said that the investigation found that he was guilty of. That's what that article looked like it's saying, that someone came to him, a citizen with the business, to get that free service. He told him that the police department would not be able to do a good job, and his company could do a much better job, but she would have to pay that company $600. And so it found out that she wasn't the only person that he did this with. And so, it was the whole investigation. And so that article, it said he resigned amid the investigation, like during the investigation was going on. So I'm finna bring that up. Aragon is going to say he resigned after the investigation was over. But again, I'm letting him go on the record. I'm not going on the record for him, but I'm showing you guys where I got the stuff from in my book. I'm showing you I can stand. I'm standing on my book. You feel me? But I'm rewinding just a little bit. Then we're gonna continue.
Straight. So you were not fired. I stand corrected on wherever I said that in the book. You actually resigned. I saw some article that said you resigned amid some type of investigation. What was the investigation that was going on?
The resignation had nothing to do with the investigation. Just prior to the election, they started a big political thing about the fact that I was doing security surveys in an off-duty status, and it was proved. The mayor had approved it, and they made a big hullabaloo out of it. It was a big political mess. It had nothing to do with my resignation. Nothing.
Okay, but I'm saying what I claimed though, when you corrected me on the firing was a resignation. Did that happen while the investigation was going on, or was I incorrect about that as well? Is what I'm trying to see.
No, the resignation was after that inquiry that they did. Right after the new mayor took over. So that other thing was already finished.
Okay. So you're saying that the investigation was over, then you resigned. Okay. And you had mentioned something earlier that you wanted to mention about New Mexico as well. I want to give you an opportunity to say that as well.
The New Mexico thing was a political thing that happens with police chiefs. It was all political. Back when I didn't resign, and then based on that, because I didn't resign due to political reasons, then he told me there was a termination, and that did happen. But the community liked so much what I did. I was elected as a city councilman, city commissioner, and then I started teaching high school before I came here. I was teaching high school for about a year, a little over a year. I was a full-time certified teacher.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that after you had lost your job as the chief, you was a city commissioner. That's interesting to know as well.
Yeah. Because people knew I was doing a good job. Most people knew it was a political mess. And when I left there, I ran in the election and I won. And I served as a commissioner almost 2 years. And then I came back to Lamar. So I gotta go. I hope that helped you.
No, it did. I want to say it again, man. I really appreciate it. It did. I thank you for reaching back out to me and going on the record, man. I'm not gonna hold you up any longer, man. You have a good day, all right?
Let me mention this. Did your brother ever tell you why I asked him to leave the PD that day?
No. No.
Okay. Well, in front of your dad and my lieutenant, I told him I'm going to show him the video of his being stopped, and he kept interrupting me, wouldn't let me finish, and I told him 3 times. The third time I said, if I have to tell you again, I'm going to have to tell you to leave. But he kept throwing in rules of law and wouldn't let me give my, reasoning on what we did. So finally, the third time.
Oh, real quick. You see how he say my brother kept bringing up rules of law? Oh, because we've been saying that they was violating our constitutional rights for a long time, right? He's talking about a meeting back in 2014. The rules of law that he's saying my brother is referring to is our constitutional rights. Again, just because a police officer is a police officer and they want to stop and chat with you. Let's say you walking down the sidewalk, minding your own business, and a cop pulls over and says, "Hey, you come here." You legally, man, constitutionally, you don't have to go to them and talk to them. Not unless it's like directly involved in some kind of investigation. You fit the description that you get what I'm saying. Like they gotta have a reason. It cannot be because they want to chat with you. You get it? It can't be because they want to chat with you, and they know that those cops don't want to just chat with you. Man, dude, those cops do not want to just. How many times you got pulled over and the cop would just pulled you over and was just like, "Hey, how your day going? How your children doing?" Like somebody, a cop that you just don't know, you don't know personally, that you didn't go to school with or something. How many times have you been driving down the street and the lights went on, you got pulled over, and the cop would just, they just stop and check. Now I have seen around certain times in Tech City, they be trying to go around and stop people and give them gift cards or whatever. But now don't clean it up. Now y'all understand what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. How those police was harassing us. You see? Stopping a person for nothing. Then you end up with some trumped up charges, resisting arrest. A lot of times they say resisting arrest. How can you resist arrest? You was never under arrest in the first place. You ain't even committed a crime. How can I resist arrest? How do we get to arrest for me to resist it? No, I'm resisting your unconstitutional detainment of my person. So when he said that my brother was quoting law, rules of law, that's what he was doing.
The reasoning on what we did. So finally, the third time, I said, okay, it's over. Gotta leave. And your dad, you might put this in. I'm gonna have to tell you to leave. I said, I told him I'm gonna show him the video of his being stopped, and he kept interrupting me, wouldn't let me finish. And I told him 3 times. The third time, I said, if I have to tell you again, I'm gonna have to tell you to leave, because he kept throwing in rules of law and wouldn't let me give my the reasoning on what we did. So finally, the third time, I said, okay, it's over. Gotta leave. And your dad, you might put this in your future notes. Your dad apologized to me, saying he's apologizing for Joshua's the way he was acting. And I said, I know, but I can't have him interrupting me when I'm trying to, explain something. And he was, kind of getting out of hand. So that's why I told him to leave.
Wait, now that you mentioned that, he did say that he said that you had showed him a video, and in the video he put his hands out. He said that you said that could get him shot, and he was saying he didn't appreciate you saying the cop would shoot him because of how he was acting in the video. Because he said he didn't think he was acting in the video like he could be shot.
I don't remember that. All I know is he kept interrupting me. After 2 times, I said, if you do it again, we're going to end the meeting. And he did it again. So I said, okay, the meeting's over. And he left. And
did y'all watch the video, though? He said something about a video.
So it was a video of him being searched by the officer. That's all I remember the video was of.
Oh, okay, like body cam.
Yeah, it was body. Well, I don't think it was body cam because it was, I think it was from the car.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
All right, man. So take care.
All right, man. You have a good day, man. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, family. So there you have it. And what I'm going to do before I actually end this, I'm going to play that again full. Just play it straight through. If anybody wants to just hear it straight through, download it, anything like that, that's fine. That's fine. So we have Lamarck Police Chief Randall Aragon goes on record about big game hunting. So there's a lot that I'm going to be able to do with this. I wanted to play the whole thing, but those individual parts, I'm gonna take individual clips of this and make videos addressing other things. I just didn't want to start chopping it up before I played the whole thing, so he wouldn't think that I was trying to leave anything out. I don't look like I was doing anything underhanded, right? But it's a lot from that short interview. It's a lot of validation given to the book and a lot of credibility given to the book, and I'm glad he did that. And I just want to say that several people have reached out. Okay, and I respect everybody that has. Again, I respect Chief Aragon for going on the record. I respect everybody that has reached out. One person that I will name who I've been talking to him. He doesn't mind me saying his name at this time. Is Officer Timothy Hurd with the Tech City Police Department. He's really only mentioned in the end at the end of the book. He held 2 meetings with my brother and I, one in my home, my old home, a home I used to stay in, and one it was at a restaurant. I believe it was Gringos, out there by the old mall of the mainland. And so, I talk about what those meetings were about in the book. I'm gonna go more in detail about that in Big Game Hunting Volume 2 that I'm currently working on. But I want him to go on the record about why did he meet? First of all, did he meet 2 times with me and my brother like that? And did we have phone conversations and whatnot? But I really want him to talk about why did he have those meetings with us? Why? What led to him having meetings with us? And from his perspective, just like with Chief Aragon, what was that meeting about? What did he say? What did we say from what he can remember? And so that's going to be interesting as well, family. So what I'm going to do, hey, like I say, man, anybody that want to support, you can always support by getting the book Big Game Hunting. If we can get a copy of Big Game Hunting in every home in the world, right? That'll take care of all the financial thing because the book is out there. But if you already got the book, or if you're not really into read, you could always donate, man, because we're going somewhere with this. All right, we're going somewhere with this. So y'all just stay tuned, man. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all go to that Dandy and Big Herm audio copy of Big Game Hunting. Even if we run out of copies on hand, we do have the pre-order available. And if you do the pre-order, family, I'm telling you, it's going to come. I just don't print the books myself. I order the books come to me. I ship them out to you guys, my supporters. So the pre-orders, they're going to come, family. I'm not a scam artist. I'm a real person, right? I'm not Matthew Daniels. I'm not made up. Right? I'm not a made up individual. So you can trust me. Right? You can trust me. So what I'm finna do now, I'm gonna play the whole audio unedited, uninterrupted, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Okay? So I'm gonna just say this now. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This your brother Matthew Daniels, aka I'm Pooh, aka the Chosen Few, aka the real bookworm. But I'm not just a bookworm world, I'm the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. And as always, may your name live on forever, and may your memory, family, never die. Hotel, for the play this video, and then I'm out.
Hello? Hey, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Doing all right?
Yep.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. First, I just want to say, man, I really do appreciate you calling me back. And I just want to make it clear, I did ask you if it was okay if I record this conversation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the reason why I contacted you, just so it can be some context. In 2020, I wrote and published a book called Big Game Hunting. Now, in that book, I'm primarily talking about events in the life of me, Matthew Daniels, and my brother Joshua Daniels, as it pertains to our fight against corruption in Texas City and surrounding cities. Now, I claimed in that book that while that was taking place, my brother Joshua Daniels had interactions with the Lamarck Police Department, and I mentioned your name. And so I contacted you so I could get you to go on the record about what I said about you, to let you say if what I was saying was true or not, and let you say your side of the event so people can have the full story.
What I can recall, I got only about 10 or 12 minutes. I got to go to another thing. So can you handle this?
No, all right, we'll go quick. Yeah, no problem. Okay, the first thing I want to ask, do you recall the meeting with you, my brother Joshua, and my father, Reverend Daniel?
I do, but not all of what happened. I mean, it's, what, 8, 10 years ago. So.
Do you remember what led to it?
I do. I remember one of the meetings.
Why?
He was stopped in our city, and there was a pat down by one of our officers, and I knew that he was friends with his son, Pastor Daniels, and I agreed to meet with him and his dad. And in fact, if I recall, Lieutenant Chad Wagner was in the meeting in my office.
Okay, thank you. Now my brother claimed that in that meeting, one of the things that came up is you told him to take some videos down. What were those videos, and how did you know about them?
Well, it was recorded from the patrol car, the officer that did stop on him.
No, I'm saying, no, he said that you wanted him to take some videos down off of YouTube. Those videos.
Yeah, I don't recall that part. I don't recall that.
Oh, okay. I know we don't have long. Okay, if you don't recall, but you're not saying that didn't happen. It's possible that you did say that. You just don't recall at the time, right now.
I don't recall saying anything about videos.
Oh, but you're not saying you didn't say it. You're just saying you don't know, right? I just wanted to say. Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. My brother also claimed during that meeting that at one point, you mentioned Robert Burby. Robert Burby saying something in reference to my brother and I. Do you recall? You recall that?
Yeah, I don't recall that either, but I talked to the chief. Then he was the chief, and he mentioned something about a march that he was going to have or did have in the city of Texas City. That's all I can remember. I believe it was after our meeting. You had him.
A march that he led, or a march that me and my brother led?
A march that either you and your brother, or just your brother was, involved with in Texas City.
Okay.
I recall that, but that was after the meeting, as far as I recall.
Okay, well, yeah, the march happened before y'all had the meeting, but if you're saying that Burby mentioned the meeting to you after, that's fine. I'm just trying to get the, get your side of things.
After the meeting, I somehow was talking to Chief Burby because he was a fellow chief, and we talked about it, and he said there was a march in the city that was related to you and your brother, or just your brother. And I do remember talking about it.
Okay, and my brother said that he said that basically he was just like going to ignore us, not engage us, even though we was leading that march. Do you recall him saying anything about ignoring us?
That he ignored it?
Yeah, that he was going to ignore us and like without march and whatever.
The only thing I recall from him saying is that I think he and you and your brother wanted to meet up with him, and he didn't want to. He just didn't want to.
Did he say why?
No, he didn't say.
Okay. And also, like I mentioned earlier, I know you don't have too much longer. Just to be fair, is there anything, I don't know if you've read the book or what you know of it, but is there anything that you feel like that you do know that I said was incorrect that you would like to correct me on. And if you have anything you want to say, I'm willing to listen.
I believe in there you had something that was fired from Fairbanks, and that didn't happen. I told you earlier today that I resigned because they had a new mayor that was elected in, and he wanted to choose his own chief, somebody that was from Alaska, and I was not from Alaska. The mayor that hired me lost the re-election, and that was incorrect.
Okay. Now I will admit I do know that at some point in the book I did mention, I said the firing of Chief Aragon. And you are correct, because like I say, when you told me that, I went back and I looked. That's another reason why I'm just trying to get people to go on the record, and I appreciate you coming out just to get the facts straight. So you were not fired. I stand corrected on wherever I said that in the book. You actually resigned. I saw some article that said you resigned amid some type of investigation. What was the investigation that was going on?
The resignation had nothing to do with the investigation. Just prior to the election, they started a big political thing about the fact that I was doing security surveys in an off-duty status, and it was proved. The mayor had approved it, and they made a big hullabaloo out of it. It was a big political mess. It had nothing to do with my resignation. Nothing.
Okay, but I'm saying what I claimed though, when you corrected me on the firing was a resignation. Did that happen while the investigation was going on, or was I incorrect about that as well? Is what I'm trying to see.
No, the resignation was after that inquiry that they did. Right after the new mayor took over. So that other thing was already finished.
Okay. So you're saying that the investigation was over, then you resigned. Okay. And you had mentioned something earlier that you wanted to mention about New Mexico as well. I want to give you an opportunity to say that as well.
The New Mexico thing was a political thing that happens with police chiefs. It was all political. Back when I didn't resign, and then based on that, because I didn't resign due to political reasons, then he told me there was a termination, and that did happen. But the community liked so much what I did. I was elected as a city councilman, city commissioner, and then I started teaching high school. Before I came here, I was teaching high school for about a year, a little over a year. I was a full-time certified teacher.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that after you had lost your job as the chief, you was a city commissioner. That's interesting to know as well.
Yeah. Because people knew I was doing a good job. Most people there were political mess, and when I left there, I ran in the election and I won, and I served as a commissioner almost 2 years, and then I came back to Lamar. So Matthew, I gotta go. I hope that helped you.
No, it did. I want to say it again, man. I really appreciate it. It did. I thank you for reaching back out to me and going on the record, man. I'm not gonna hold you up any longer, man. You have a good day, all right?
Let me mention this. Did your brother ever tell you why I asked him to leave the PD that day?
No. No.
Okay. Well, I in front of your dad and my lieutenant, I told him I'm going to show him the video of his being stopped, and he kept interrupting me, wouldn't let me finish, and I told him 3 times. The third time I said, if I have to tell you again, I'm going to have to tell you to leave, because he kept throwing in rules of law and wouldn't let me give my, the reasoning on what we did. So finally, the third time, I said, okay, it's over, gotta leave. And your dad, you might put this in your future notes, your dad apologized to me, saying he's apologizing for Joshua's the way he was acting. And I said, I know, but I can't have him interrupting me when I'm trying to, explain something. And he was, kind of getting out of hand. So that's why I told him to leave.
Wait, now that you mentioned that, he did say that, he said said that you had showed him a video, and in the video he put his hands out. He said that you said that could get him shot. And he was saying he didn't appreciate you saying the cop would shoot him because of how he was acting in the video. Because he said he didn't think he was acting in the video like he could be shot.
I don't remember that. All I know is he kept interrupting me. And 2 times he said, if you do it again, we're going to end the meeting. And he did it again. So I said, okay, the meeting's over. And he left. And
did y'all watch the video, though? He said something about a video.
It was a video of him being searched by the officer. That's all I remember the video was of.
Oh, okay, like body cam.
Yeah, it was body. Well, I don't think it was body cam because it was, I think it was from the car.
Dash cam. Okay. Okay, yeah, I understand.
All right, man. So, take care.
All right, man. You have a good day, man. Thank you.